No problem.
Are we looking at you? Or the camera?
Yeah, I don't need to fit me on the camera. There we go. Good enough. There we go. I'll sit back one. And we're good. All right. This is Jackie with All Access Music Media, and I am here with Skinny Lister, and we are here at the second day of Bonnaroo here in Tennessee. You guys are a folk band from the UK. Describe your sound to all of those new listeners out there.
We're folk music, but with a bit of rock and roll in there. So yeah, a bit of punk and roll. I reckon that's the sound, really.
High energy, eclectic. It's got a bit of all sorts in there, definitely. Yeah.
So well, we draw from like the English folk music tradition as well. So we bring a bit of England across the pond.
Very nice. We appreciate that. What is your most recent release? Your most recent album out?
Most recent release is
Forge and Flagon on side one dummy. So that was a little while ago though, and we've just been in the studio and recorded our second album, and now we're in negotiations to make sure we get the best deal we can with our second album. So watch this space. It's coming, I promise.
Excellent. So what was the writing for the new album like?
the writing for the new album. So Dan comes up with a lot of the sort of core of the song. He's the guitarist in the group, and then we all get together and argue about what should go where. And
who argues strongest wins, basically.
So we have a kind of a democracy, and yeah, it's good fun. We have a good time here, you know.
So what of the songs that you've released already, what song best represents your band?
Ooh, that's too tricky. Again, this is a fighting question. Yeah. For me,
right for you.
For me, I like songs like "This Is War," and it's a song about Dan getting knocked out on Oxford Street by a couple of punks. So I like the punk side.
No, I'll agree with that, but then it's quite nice sometimes to have a softer, folky ballad. So I really like "Bonnie Away" from the new track, from the new album. It's nice, you know, it's easy going, it's big. I sing on it.
So that's okay, you can be a little biased, it's totally fair. So what are some benefits for playing this festival?
Some benefits for playing the festival? Well, it's a great time, isn't it? You know, we're here at Bonnaroo. We managed to get around. We started the band so that we could get into festivals for free just in the UK for a bit of a laugh. And now we're here, we've been to Japan, you know, we sort of travel the world going to these festivals, so it's great to be here at Bonnaroo for the first time.
And we just did our show actually at Cafe Ware stage, and it was amazing. We weren't sure if there would be people there or not, but we had a good old crowd and we had a good old sing-song with them. So yeah, no, that's the benefit really, is that you can share your music and other people enjoy themselves.
So what are your accommodations like? Are you staying in an RV? Are you staying in a tent or in the hotel nearby?
I never thought I would say this, because we did join these festivals to get in there and get in, but we're leaving.
Oh, you're not staying. It's okay. I'm staying in a hotel very far away, so.
Yeah, we've got to go. We're on the road at the minute, so we're touring at the minute with a great band called Onward, etc. Our friends. So we're travelling around the East Coast doing Bonnaroo, and we came in from Bonnaroo and Summerfest as well, so we're putting a string of dates to make sure that we're not idle.
So we're going to Philly.
Yeah.
Which is
I was going to say I drove down from DC yesterday and it was the longest 10 hours of my life. So I hope you guys. No, it still sucked. There's no way around that. I hope you're either taking turns or have someone else to do it for you, or lots of naps. How do fans in the US differ from those in the UK?
Good question. Lorna's going to answer that one.
I don't know. It's a weird old situation. It's not that dissimilar, to be honest, when you compare it to somewhere like Japan, where it's crazy. They're just, you know, they want to sing, they want to dance. Maybe a touch more enthusiasm and a little less skepticism, but either way, our gigs feel quite united wherever we go, because we just make sure that everybody does what I tell them to do.
I like her. Yes. So how do you make sure that you make a lasting impression when you're on tour here in the US?
I don't think we worry about that. I think we just like have a good time ourselves, and hopefully the sort of fun that we're having is like infectious, and that in itself, I think, kind of sort of makes a lasting impression. You just gotta have a good time. You know?
It's been shown over like this. This is our first sort of headline tour, and we've done a tour with Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys like in the past year and a half, and people that haven't, and Warped Tour as well we did, and all these people are now coming up and coming to our show, so they remember us, and that's amazing for it. You know, just it's amazing. It's great fun. Love it.
It's got to be a blast. How do you guys use social media to further your careers?
All the time.
Love it or hate it?
A bit of both. You do get addicted to it. You know, it's nice to keep in touch. And you know, we've got some really long-standing fans that we now call friends, really, and it's really nice to be able to keep in touch with them on a one-to-one basis, and also keep people in the loop and try and get new people through it. So, you know, you can't live without it.
Can't live with it. Can't live without it.
You have to live
it's
with
modern
it.
times.
So true. So what song, either of your own or just from a band that you're a fan of, always makes you think of summer?
I really like a band called The Do, and I've had a few rums now, I can't remember the name, but The Do is like my favourite all-time band, and they're from somewhere in Europe, I think Switzerland or somewhere like that, and it's sort of dance.
I've heard of them too, and I think that's where they're from. I totally support that.
I love them anyway, so they're all of their album makes me think of the summer.
Anything else that makes you think of the summer?
Oh, our song Colours. You know, Lorna singing away, the breeze of a summer festival. So I'd say Colours by us.
Oh, very cool. Are there any causes or charities that your band supports?
Yeah, I run an arts organisation back home in the UK. So here, this is out to all of you at Bullfrog Arts, and we work with looked after and vulnerable children, doing music projects with them. So yeah, I guess.
We've all done various things. Tom, our drummer, just recently ran the London Marathon, and which is beyond any comprehension. But he did it for I can't remember his charity that he did it for, but it's it's HIV research. And I lived in India for a year, actually working with an Indian charity called Social Change and Development. It's short, it's called SCAD. So yeah, no, we're socially responsible when we're not drinking and being horrendous.
It makes up for it. It's all good. Our website merges bands with the causes and charities that bands support, so it's right there. You know, it's important to do good when you can, and when you can't, make good music. So stay tuned for more from Skinny Lister here at Bonnaroo. This is Jackie for All Access Music and In the Key of Change.
Ahoy!
Thanks, guys. That was a great way to end my day.